Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, today we've got a fantastic story for you. It's a classic showdown. On one side, you've got generations of tradition, and on the other, a flashy, over-the-top new trend. This is a tale of food, pride, and an appetite that, you'll see, pretty much defies belief. And boom, right out of the gate, we meet our villain. This is Vikram. He's got a lot of gold chains and an ego to match. And his boast here just perfectly sums up the whole conflict, doesn't it? His new, gimmicky bamboo slide noodles versus something much, much older. For him, it's all about the show, right? The food itself, barely an afterthought. So let's set the scene. We're in an old lane in Varanasi at the Kashi Annapurna Dhaba. This place has been a local institution for decades. But now its owner, a man named Vishwanath, can only watch as his customers disappear, all thanks to the flashing new joint right across the street. You can almost feel the heartbreak as his traditional clay stove starts to lose its fire. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have Vishwanath. He's humble, he serves authentic dal and roti, and he truly believes that food is meant for your health. And on the other side, Vikram. Arrogant, selling a gimmick, and he flat out admits he only cares about the money. I mean, we're not just talking about two different restaurants here. This is a clash of two totally different ways of life. Okay, so this is where things go from a simple rivalry to something way, way darker. Vikram actually delivers this threat to Vishwanath. It's not enough for him to win the business battle. He wants to completely erase the competition, to physically throw decades of history and tradition into the river. Suddenly, the stakes are just sky high for Vishwanath and his family. So you've got Vishwanath, completely heartbroken. His son, Chintu, sees this and knows they're in real trouble. He realizes they can't fight this guy alone, so he makes a desperate phone call. But their only hope isn't a lawyer or some kind of tough guy. It's someone with, let's just say, a very particular set of skills. He calls a man named Badri. And here he is, our hero. When Chintu calls him, Badri is actually smack in the middle of another eating competition. And you gotta love the irony here. This guy is so skinny he looks like a strong breeze could knock him over, but he's surrounded by hundreds of empty plates. He's literally inhaling noodles like a human vacuum cleaner, and the poor organizers are just watching in horror. But here's the kicker. Even while he's just destroying this other competition, his heart isn't in it. He calls the food just a time pass. To him, real, authentic food is what Vishwanath, who he calls Dada, makes back at the dhaba. For Badri, this is personal. It's about defending the food and the man that he genuinely loves and respects. So as soon as Badri hears what's happening to Vishwanath, he is furious. He drops everything and heads straight to Varanasi. He walks right up to Vikram, who, of course, just laughs at this skinny guy. But Badri isn't there to argue. He's there to throw down a challenge on the only battlefield that matters, the dinner plate. All right, so here are the terms of the bet. And trust me, they are all or nothing. If Badri can out-eat the restaurant's entire supply, Vikram has to shut down and leave town for good. But if Badri fails, he owes Vikram a ton of money, and the dhaba is gone forever. Literally everything is on the line. Of course, Vikram, being the kind of guy he is, just scoffs at him, asking if he even has 100 rupees to his name. But Badri came prepared. He has his friend unveil this bundle of cloth just packed with cash, all his winnings from other competitions. And just like that, Vikram is dead silent. You can see the greed in his eyes just completely take over. The bet? Oh, it's on. So the next morning, the whole town is there. It's a huge spectacle. Vikram's got his 3 bamboo pipes all ready to go, ready to unleash a river of noodles. And Badri is sitting there holding his chopsticks like a warrior ready for battle. The ultimate food fight is about to begin. And what happens next is, well, it's just mind-blowing. Badri doesn't even chew. He just swallows. In the first 10 minutes, 50 plates are gone. After an hour, he's so in the zone that he's not even waiting for the plates anymore. He's catching noodles straight out of the air. The crowd is going wild, and Vikram's smug look is starting to completely disappear. So while all that's happening outside, let's take a peek into Vikram's kitchen. It is pure chaos. They have gone through 10 huge sacks of flour, the gas cylinders are about to give out, and they are completely 100% out of vegetables and spices. Think about it. Badri isn't just eating food. He's devouring the very foundation of Vikram's entire business. And then, you get this.
This is the moment everything just falls apart for Vikram. His head cook, covered in flour and sweat, comes running out of the kitchen, screaming that he quits. The guy is convinced Badri is some kind of monster who's going to start eating the plumbing next. It is absolute total panic.
So let's recap. Vikram's a mess, his staff is gone, he's out of supplies. And Badri? He's dancing in his chair, telling everyone his stomach is only about 60% full. So, the noodles are gone, which brings us to the big question. What on earth happens now?
Well, with nothing left to serve, the challenge has to end, right? The eating part is over. But now we get to the real meat of the story, the lesson behind this wild edible showdown. Vikram is just done. Completely defeated, totally humiliated, he just hangs his head in shame. The noodles have stopped, but Badri is still ready to go, the crowd is cheering, and the village elders step forward and make it official. Badri has won. The challenge is over.
And this is such a great moment. Vishwanath walks up to the defeated Vikram. He's not there to gloat, he's there to teach a lesson. He points out this incredible irony. The very bamboo pipes Vikram used to show off and make a quick buck, they're the reason he lost everything. They literally swallowed him and his business whole.
So, what are the big takeaways from this amazing story? Well, it's a pretty powerful reminder that greed and arrogance are a recipe for disaster. It shows us that honesty and hard work really do pay off, and that real authenticity will always outlast some flashy gimmick. And maybe the biggest lesson of all? Sometimes the greatest heroes, the biggest strengths, come from the most unexpected places, like a really thin guy with a world-class appetite.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Pun intended, of course. Vikram's bamboo noodles were a trend, Vishwanath's daba was a tradition. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our own world, which is just full of flashy new trends, what are the real, authentic traditions that are worth fighting for? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.